you got Coca-Cola making a $5 million commercial for $500 with VEO3. I got
Yeah.
bad news for you. You're either going to be at the station or the train's going to leave without you. So, last thing I want to say really quickly, certainly appreciate it. Michael, first of all, what is the website that we can find you? Is it still Michael Feifer Film?
No, no. Feiferfilmacademy.com. Still there.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry about that.
Pfeiffer
Pfeiffer,
Film Academy, but Pfeiffer spelled F as in
I
Frank,
know,
F as in
F-E-I,
Frank. Yeah,
F-E-R.
right.
I have a
Yeah,
tattoo of it because I've been saying it wrong for so many
well,
years.
Michelle messed it up because she's Pfeiffer.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, she is.
and you can always go on Facebook, and my Instagram is the Michael Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Uh, so I don't know, I think just for me, just keep making movies. I think for anybody out there, just in engulf yourself in it. But I will say this, Will, if you got a real job working at like Delta and you got a pension coming in like 20 years, don't leave your day job.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Don't leave your day job.
do it as a passion until it becomes better than your day job, but don't leave your day job because
Yeah.
there's a lot to be said for day jobs where you have a check coming every week and you're making good money and you got a pension coming. There's a lot to be said for that. You got perks from the company, you got insurance, health insurance. There's a lot to be said. It's not an
Yeah.
easy life doing what we do.
That's an understatement, by the way.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
not
an
easy.
understatement.
Trust me,
And you really, really, really have to. I think it's the worst career in the world. And I always say this, people go, well, that's not a nice way of putting it. I go, no, my daughter asked me, 14, like, I want to be an actor. I'm like, she's like, what's your advice? I go, don't. But I mean that in the sense that if you said it earlier, if you really truly don't love it and wake up every morning going, okay, I want to do this, I got to do that, I got that, then you really shouldn't do this because it's a really big passion project. Last thing I want to say really quickly, and just a comment on this, is that America is having a problem with film and TV in general. I've listened to reports. I've heard my managers say that they're trying to find a lot of work for me in the UK because the UK doesn't really, they don't want to come here, they whatever, because they're afraid of this or that or whatever the case may be. And we already know, I've had people say, oh yeah, Atlanta's booming, and other people going, nah, bullshit. And then South Carolina and Texas and all these other
100%.
places.
I was
We
just in
know
Austin.
LA has become sort of a ghost town. We got that. But that's a lot of it because they've not had the proper incentives. And I think the union, sorry, has, with all the strikes and everything, which is another thing. They have a strike about AI usage and everything. I'm like, what a waste of time to sit there and have this much resources and pay those top brass two, three, $500,000 a year for them to put us into another strike and go, yeah, it's all about you got to get your rights in AI. I'm like, yeah, okay, good luck. What's your thoughts about what filming in America? Are these places busier than they're saying? Overseas, you made a good point earlier about a lot of good shit comes out of overseas and has because of more artsy, whatever. What's your thought on that?
Well, I think that the only way to stop studios from going overseas is really actors, A-list American actors saying, "Nope, I'm not going to make that movie here. You're going to make it here." That's the only way, I think.
Yeah,
A-list American actors are not doing that. They're like, "Hey, you want to shoot in UK? I'll go to the UK." It's and the reason why, like for instance, the Marvel movies left Georgia to go to the UK is because the UK Georgia has a 30% incentive, and the UK has a 40% incentive.
yeah.
Georgia has union crews that require pension and health and insurance and all that. And in the UK,
They don't.
they don't have to pay insurance because they have
No.
universal health care. And also they're a bit cheaper. So
Yeah.
the studios are going to go where they can save money. The only way to stop it, I think, really is for A-list actors to say, nope, not going to do it. If you want me, you got to shoot in America. Um, so they're probably not going to do that. It means that you're in the business of going all over the world. And I think all American crew and cast should consider shooting all over the world. I mean, those Lord of the Rings movies started off, people were going over to New Zealand nonstop, and nobody had even been to New Zealand before. And when
Yeah.
Peter
And
Jackson
non-union, non-union.
non-union, I know, but we got to work. And I'm sorry, but SAG is not doing a darn thing to help actors. In fact, I don't want to get into politics of SAG too much, but I personally, I think that SAG, they have to be in bed with the studios as much as they're in bed with the actors, because that's kind of their play. And
Yeah.
so I don't trust the union where 99% of their actors aren't working.
Yeah.
It's not really a union anyways, it's a guild.
It's a
But
guild. Yeah.
they're not helping actors get work. And if they wanted to, they should say to their very top actors, they should say to Tom Cruise, dude, you're American. Stop making movies in the UK. You can shoot the
Yeah.
Mission Impossible in America. You don't have
Yeah.
to go to the UK,
Yeah.
and make a $20 million less money. That's what I think has to happen. But SAG isn't going to tell them that because SAG's afraid. SAG needs to get
Yeah.
the balls, to tell you the truth. Um,
No,
so
I agree with you on the union thing. I hate to say it, but unfortunately, despite their foot cutting off their nose, I just don't think that. I mean, they have elections coming up, and I know two friends of mine that got Larry Poole is now again the. It's funny because I talked to Larry and I'm like, why would you do this for another 2 years when is anything actually happening? And I think I love him and you love him. We
yeah,
know
of
him,
course.
but he is into that whole little he likes that what's happening, the powery thing. And I don't mean that to be negative. I mean
Well, it's
that,
a community too, and I know he's in San Diego. That's his main, and there's a
yeah,
nice
and
community,
he's
and it's a nice
helpful.
way to build community. I don't think. I mean,